Alright guys, very excited about this one today. We are in the Lizard Head Wilderness going for Mount Wilson and El Diente from Kilpacker Basin. So it is just about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and today we're going to be hiking into the basin and setting up camp. I am really looking forward to this trip, and it should definitely be a good one. We are going to sign the trail register. Very excited. And clouds are coming in, but we're definitely expecting that. I'm really hoping that that'll give us some coverage for, the next hour or two that it takes us to hike in there. And I know it's going to be very mellow. They're estimating about, I think it's like right around 3 miles or so before the El Diente Mount Wilson split off. And we're gonna try and find a good camp spot right before then. Now already a half a mile in, and I'm definitely enjoying this backpack in, because like I said, up to the split off it's about 3 miles and 800 feet of elevation gain. I don't think we're going to be going the full 3 miles up, obviously, because we're going to want to find a nice camp spot, but it's going to be very mellow and enjoyable in here, so we're just going to be enjoying our time and not have to worry about rushing. Right around 2.7 miles in or so, maybe just under, you come to the creek crossing, which Megan is crossing now. And as you can see, it goes up that trail there, and El Diente's back behind there. You can't see it fully, obviously, but the ridge you can. And once we get to the other side here, we're gonna start looking for a place to set up camp for the night. Obviously, we're gonna wanna be close to the creek since we're gonna need it to filter water and make food for dinner and everything. But man, this has been a beautiful trip in. I can't wait to get camp set up and relax for the rest of the day. It is 3:42 in the morning, and we are getting started up the trail to Mount Wilson. And I think it's less than 4 miles to the summit from our camp. And we are definitely getting started early, but that means ideally we should be able to get off the summits at a safe time, just in case any afternoon storms come through. So probably won't be able to bring you guys back until it gets a little bit lighter out, because otherwise there's really no point. But we'll see then. We just got to our split off here right at 12:06. So if you're going for El Diente first, you're heading up that way. You can actually see some climbers right up there, but right there is El Diente. And naturally, because we're going to Mount Wilson first, we're going right there. And we're gonna take a little bit of a breather. I feel like we've made some pretty good time, even though we took a pretty decent sized break down there once we got up above the ledge. But also, we're not really in a rush. The weather is looking solid, and we're staying another night down at camp. So I mean, it's only 2.5 miles from camp to get here, so we're just gonna enjoy ourselves while we're here. We are actually headed back this way into the drainage that leads up to the summit of Mount Wilson, which is actually back there. So we're not going over there at all. I apologize about that. Straight ahead. So we are at about 13.2, and that gives us about 1,000 feet or so to the summit. Definitely under a half mile, but a lot of this is gonna be gain. Also, I don't know if you guys can tell from the camera, but if you can hear that rumbling sound, That's water deep, deep, deep down below where we are. At first I thought it was an airplane. But you can really hear it here. That's crazy. So this is gonna be a fun trip. We're actually making good progress here. So we're gonna be making our way up here, cut left up there below this little ledge type thing, and then back behind. And then we're gonna start making our way up on the ridge up in this area here. But this is a very unique area. Super cool. I always love coming to the San Juans. I don't get to spend much time out here, but when I do, I always really enjoy it. And then tomorrow, we're gonna be spending all day in Telluride, which will be a nice welcome break from doing 2 summits today. We're getting to the upper parts here. So we're going to make our way up to the left of this rock and then back behind the rib and back there. And we go up this direction here. Kind of hard to point out with the pole, but the summit is right there. Almost to the summit here of Mount Wilson. This is our little bit that we got left. We'll be making a left back behind here, up and over that rock rib, and then on to the other side, which is a notch that leads us right up to the summit, right there. Above 14,000 feet now, and you can see part of the traverse over to El Diente. Usually people do the traverse from El Diente to Mount Wilson, but we are actually thinking about doing it in reverse. I know you can. Plenty of trip reports out there showing that doing it in reverse. It also says on the .com that the route description's detailed enough to do it in reverse as well. So I think I could use myself another great traverse. I've done the Crestone Traverse. This would be Megan's first great traverse. So we're gonna get up here to the summit and relax for a bit, and we're gonna make the call if we want to do it, and if so, we'll bring you guys along. Final pitch to the summit. Just got to the top of the notch here, and that's our final pitch. Should be sitting on the summit here soon. Here is the summit of Mount Wilson. There's Gladstone. And over there is Wilson Peak, which we are going to be doing on Tuesday, I believe. Yes, Tuesday. And in front of us, you can see the traverse over to El Diente. And I just met up with the El Diente trail right there, Karen. And I'm going to be going up this way here, up towards the base of them cliffs, and then making a left up there. So I believe I'm a little over 13.2 right now, so that leaves me about 900 feet of elevation to the summit. And like I said, we have storms coming in at 4. That gives me plenty of time, ideally, to get up and down. I'm getting close here. I have to go through this section here and then up to the right, and got about 300 feet to the summit, and I'm gonna try and push this last bit out as fast as I can. And up this rock gully we go. Here is the last little push up to the summit. Still not really little though. I mean, it's still, you know, decent climbing required to get up there, but you drop down here and then make your way up towards that notch. I made it to the summit just in time because there's definitely rain 2 basins over, so I am going to get down from here immediately and get back down to as low as elevation as I can. Not too concerned about it, except for just getting down the technical stuff and whatever, but I think based on how far away that is, I should be able to get that, or be able to get down pretty low before then. So thank you guys for tagging along for these 2 trips today. Tomorrow is a rest day, and honestly, being up here by yourself is actually kind of freaky, especially when you can look over 2 basins and see rain. So it's time for me to go. And just came from up there. We are now making our way down the trail for El Diente, which I'm off most of the loose stuff. Obviously I still have some, but it's better than what I was on up high, and it was actually starting to snow a little bit when I was on the summit, but thankfully that's not happening down here. And it was raining higher elevation as well, but it's not reaching down to where I am. So I'm back down to my t-shirt and making my way back down to here to the split off that we were at earlier this morning at 12:06. And from that point back down to camp, it's going to be relatively smooth sailing. So I can't wait to get back and have me some wine. Right up there is the trailhead, so we are just about back. And I always joke that this is my favorite part of the trip because it's just killing yourself, killing your body the whole time getting up and down those 14ers, and then lugging a huge backpack back the trail. And then when you finally see your car, it's like that's the part of the trip. But we're gonna get back here and we're going to spend the entire day in Telluride, which I've never been, believe it or not. So I'm looking forward to it.